One of the hardest truths to accept is this: you will be forgotten sooner than you think. But that's okay. The career you built, the home you cherished, and the stories you told will eventually fade from memory. At first, this realization can feel heartbreaking. We spend our lives striving to make a difference, believing that our efforts will leave a lasting mark. Yet, time moves forward with or without us. Our children grow up and get busy, our friends create new routines, and the world continues to turn its attention elsewhere. However, Buddhism offers a beautiful perspective on this reality. The Buddha often spoke about anatta, the idea that we are not fixed, permanent beings. Instead, we are part of a continuous, ever-changing flow of life. Just as waves rise and fall in the ocean, so too do we. Our actions create ripples that merge into the vast current of existence. Our goal should not be to be remembered, but to be fully present in each moment. A well-known Zen story illustrates this wisdom perfectly. A wise old monk lived in a remote mountain temple known for his kindness and wisdom. Over the decades, many sought his advice, and he guided countless people through their struggles. One day, a young disciple asked, "Master, does it not sadden you that when you pass away, people may forget your name?" The old monk smiled and pointed to a river flowing past the temple. "Tell me," he said, "where is the water that was here yesterday?" The disciple hesitated, unsure how to respond. "It has flowed on," the monk continued, "yet the river remains." The lesson was clear. It is not the name we leave behind, but the current of our actions, the kindness, wisdom, and love we share that endures. Think about it. Do you remember the name of every teacher who ever inspired you? Probably not. Yet their influence shaped you. The warmth of a parent's love, the guidance of a mentor, and the generosity of a stranger all remain in the fabric of our existence, even if their names slip away. So let go of the need to be remembered. Instead, focus on living well now. Be kind, be present, and let your actions create ripples of goodness in the lives of others. Aging is not about chasing after a legacy that lingers in history. It is about making each moment meaningful, so that when your time comes, you can go with peace, knowing that the river of your life has nourished others along the way. If this message resonates with you, like and share this video to spread this wisdom to those who need it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content on embracing life with peace, purpose, and mindfulness. Aging is inevitable. Our bodies change, and with time, they no longer move as effortlessly as they once did. Once, you could run up the stairs without a second thought. Now, your knees protest even during a short walk. The body you once trusted to be strong and capable now reminds you, through aches and fatigue, that it is not what it used to be. This can feel like a betrayal, but the Buddha would say that it is merely nature at work. Just as a tree loses its leaves in autumn and flourishes again in spring, our bodies too must change. The problem is not aging itself, it's our attachment to youth. We cling to our former selves, resisting the inevitable, and in that resistance, we suffer. But what if we saw aging differently? Instead of feeling frustrated by what we've lost, we could shift our perspective and be grateful for what remains. Consider this: your body is not your enemy. It is your oldest and most loyal companion. It has carried you through childhood adventures, youthful ambitions, and adult responsibilities. It has healed from sickness, endured stress, and adapted to all the burdens you have placed upon it. Instead of resenting it for slowing down, why not show it gratitude? Instead of fighting the changes, why not befriend them? A Buddhist parable speaks to this beautifully. A monk, growing old, struggled to complete his daily tasks. Once he carried heavy buckets of water from the river with ease, but now his arms shook with effort. One evening, frustrated with his declining strength, he asked his teacher, "Master, why does my body fail me? It once obeyed my every command." The teacher smiled and handed him a cracked clay pot. "This pot," he said, "once held water without effort. Now it leaks. Does that mean it is useless?" The monk shook his head. "No, master, it still holds some water." The teacher continued, "And does that not still serve a purpose? The water that escapes nourishes the earth. The pot is not as it once was, but it is still of use. The monk understood. The body, like the pot, may change, but it still has purpose. Perhaps you cannot run as fast, but you can still walk. Perhaps you cannot lift as much, but you can still carry love, wisdom, and experience. Your hands may shake, but they can still reach out in kindness. Your body is not failing you, it is simply evolving. The key to aging well is not to fight your body, but to listen to it, respect it, and care for it. If this message speaks to you, share it with others who need this wisdom. Like this video and subscribe to our channel for more insights on embracing life with peace, mindfulness, and purpose. As we age, we begin to notice something painful yet inevitable. People drift away. Friends who were once inseparable become distant. Family members who used to call frequently now seem preoccupied with their own lives. Some relationships fade gradually, like a sunset slowly disappearing beyond the horizon. Others end suddenly, leaving only silence where there was once laughter. It's easy to take this personally, to wonder, did I do something wrong? Was I not enough? But Buddhism teaches a vital truth. Everything in life is impermanent, including relationships. People come into our lives when we need them, and they leave when their role in our story is complete. Just as the seasons change, so do the people around us. There is a Buddhist parable that illustrates this wisdom beautifully. A young monk once asked his master, "Why do people leave us, even when we love them?" The master led him to a quiet riverbank and pointed at the flowing water. "See how the river moves," he said. "Each drop of water flows past us, never staying in one place. Some drops travel together for a while, dancing side by side. Others separate quickly, carried away by the current." The young monk nodded. "People are like that," the master continued. "Some walk beside us for a short time, others for years, but all must keep moving. It is not their departure that should sadden us. It is our refusal to accept that their presence was never meant to be permanent." This lesson is profound. Love does not mean ownership. Instead of mourning what is lost, we should cherish what remains. Have you ever reunited with an old friend after years apart and felt as if no time had passed? That is because the bond you shared was never truly lost. It lived on, untouched by time or distance. Likewise, the people who have left your life did not take away the love or joy they brought you. Their presence shaped you even if they are no longer around. Aging teaches us that relationships evolve. Some fade gently, while others end abruptly. But no matter how they go, they were meaningful in their time. Even if someone is no longer present, the love you shared does not disappear. It lives on in your heart, woven into the person you have become. So, instead of clinging to the past, celebrate the relationships that endure. Value the friend who still checks in, the neighbor who greets you warmly, the grandchild who listens to your story, and most importantly, keep your heart open to new connections. Life is still offering you moments of love and friendship, if only you remain open to them. Let go with grace. Honor what was, appreciate what is, embrace what is yet to come. If this message resonates with you, like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more insights on finding peace in life's impermanence. There comes a moment when you glance in the mirror and realize you no longer look like the person you once were. Your skin is softer, your hair grayer, your hands more delicate. Society tells us to fight this, to erase wrinkles, to dye hair, to chase youth at all costs. But what if we saw aging differently? Buddhist philosophy teaches that true beauty is found in wisdom, presence, and kindness, not in flawless skin or a youth. Your wrinkles are not flaws, they are the lines of a well-lived life. Your gray hair is not something to be ashamed of, it is a crown of experience. The more we resist aging, the more we suffer. The more we embrace it, the more we find peace. There is a Zen story about an elderly woman who once visited a master known for his wisdom. With sadness in her eyes, she said, "Master, I look in the mirror and do not recognize myself. My beauty has faded, my hair is silver, my skin is lined, I feel invisible." The master smiled and led her to the garden, pointing at a cherry blossom tree in full bloom. "This is beauty, is it not?" She nodded. Then he took her to an ancient pine tree, its bark weathered, its branches twisted with age. "And this?" he asked. She hesitated. "It is different, but there is something dignified about it, something strong." The master chuckled. "That is because you have wisdom. A child may only see beauty in the cherry blossom, but with time we learn to appreciate the pine." The woman understood. Her beauty had not faded, it had transformed. Think of the elders you admire. Were they beautiful because they looked young, or because they carried themselves with dignity, warmth, and wisdom? The true twinkle in their eyes, the way they listen with patience, the kindness in their voice, that is real beauty. Let go of the illusion that beauty fades. Beauty transforms. In your later years, beauty is found in your presence, your resilience, and the kindness you offer the world. Imagine if we saw every wrinkle as a story, every silver strand as a lesson learned. Imagine if we celebrated the wisdom we've gained instead of mourning the youth we've left behind. There is a certain radiance that only comes with age, the confidence of knowing who you are, the strength of having endured life's storms, the gentleness that comes from understanding others. So the next time you catch your reflection and feel tempted to lament what's been lost, pause. Look deeper. See the life you've lived, the love you've given, the wisdom you carry. Wear your ears with pride, like a garment woven with experience and grace, because true beauty is not behind you, it is within you. Right now. If this message resonates with you, like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more insights on embracing the beauty of aging with peace and wisdom. As the years pass, you will experience loss more frequently. Parents, siblings, friends, and even children. One by one, they leave this world, and nothing truly prepares you for that ache. Grief is not something we get over. It is something we learn to live with. Yet, Buddhism offers a powerful truth. Love does not die. The people you have lost live on within you. They are in the lessons they taught, the stories they shared, and the love they gave. Every time you speak their name, share their wisdom, or carry forward their kindness, they are with you. There is an old Buddhist parable about a woman named Kisa Gotami. When her young son passed away, she was overcome with sorrow. She carried his lifeless body from house to house, begging for medicine that could bring him back to life. Finally, she came to the Buddha, who told her, "Bring me a mustard seed from a home that has never known death." With renewed hope, she knocked on every door in the village. But every family had lost someone, a parent, a child, a friend. By the end of her search, she realized she was not alone in her suffering. Returning to the Buddha, she understood. Grief is a thread woven into the fabric of life, and no one is spared. We all must face loss, but the love we share, that never truly fades. Think about the people you have lost. Maybe it was a parent whose laughter still echoes in your memory, a friend who gave you advice that continues to guide you, or a partner whose love still shapes the way you love others. They may be gone, but they are not absent. One of the greatest misunderstandings about grief is that we must move on, but Buddhism teaches us not to move on, but to move forward, carrying the love, the lessons, the essence of those we have lost. Have you ever noticed how certain smells, songs, or even phrases bring someone back to life, if only for a moment? That is their presence lingering within you, reminding you that love is not bound by the physical world. Grief is painful, yes, but it is also a testament to the depth of our love. The greater the love, the deeper the loss. Yet rather than wishing the pain away, we can transform it into gratitude. Instead of focusing on what we have lost, we can cherish what we were given. Aging means witnessing more loss, but it also means having had the privilege to love deeply, to form connections that matter, and to carry forward the spirit of those who touched our lives. So when you feel the weight of loss pressing on your heart, remember, love never dies. It flows through you, through your actions, through the kindness you offer to the world. As long as you keep loving, those who have passed remain a part of you, and in that they are never truly gone. If this message speaks to you, like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to our channel for more insights on navigating grief, love, and life's journey with wisdom and peace. Aging is not a punishment, it is a privilege. Every year, every wrinkle, and every gray hair is a mark of the life you have lived, the lessons you have learned, and the love you have shared. Too often, society teaches us to fear aging, to resist it at all costs, as if growing older is something to be ashamed of. But Buddhism teaches otherwise. Aging is not the enemy, fear is. When we resist change, we suffer. When we cling to youth, we lose sight of the gifts that come with age. Wisdom, patience, and a deeper appreciation for the present moment. The more we fight the inevitable, the more we fill our hearts with frustration and regret. But the moment we surrender to life's natural flow, we unlock a profound peace. We see that aging is not something being taken away from us, but something being given. Consider the wisdom of the Zen master and the flowing river, the same story shared in the beginning of our journey. A young monk once asked, "Master, why do we grow old and fade away?" The master led him to a river and said, "Look at this water. It never stops moving. Yesterday's water has already flowed on, yet the river remains. Life is like this. We change, we move forward, but we are still here." If you reflect on the life you've lived, you'll realize that aging is not an end, but a continuation. Your experiences have shaped you into someone wiser, more resilient, and more compassionate. Yet, many people spend their later years mourning their youth, chasing after lost time instead of celebrating what still remains. Imagine if instead of fearing wrinkles, we saw them as lines of wisdom. Instead of lamenting gray hair, we viewed it as a crown of experience. Aging is a gift of perspective. You have seen joys and sorrows, triumphs and losses. You have built relationships, nurtured love, and impacted lives in ways you may not even realize. You are not fading, you are evolving. The question is, how will you embrace this next chapter? Will you fight against time, or will you walk forward with grace and acceptance? Aging is not a closing of a book. It is simply the turning of a page, and the next chapter, it is yours to write. If this message resonates with you, like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to our channel for more insights on living with peace, purpose, and mindfulness. Aging is often seen as a slow fading away, a gradual diminishing of what once was. But what if we saw it not as an ending, but as a new beginning? Every stage of life offers something unique, new lessons, new perspectives, and new opportunities for growth. Too many people spend their later years looking back with regret instead of looking forward with anticipation. But the truth is, life is still unfolding and you still have purpose. The question is, how will you embrace this next chapter? Throughout this journey, we've explored the wisdom of aging, the reality of impermanence, the importance of letting go, the beauty of transformation, and the power of love that never fades. But perhaps the most liberating truth of all is this: you are still here, and that means your story is not over. Every day you wake up is an opportunity to live, to learn, and to impact those around you. It's easy to believe that your best years are behind you. But what if your greatest moments are yet to come? Think of the elders who inspire you, not because they cling to youth, but because they embrace their years with grace, wisdom, and joy. They continue to laugh, to learn, to share their experiences, and to love deeply. They have found the secret to a fulfilling life, not resisting change, but flowing with it. If you see aging as a loss, it will feel like one. But if you see it as an evolution, a time to deepen your relationships, share your wisdom, and find joy in the simple moments, you will discover that aging is a privilege, not a burden. Your past has shaped you, but it does not define you. What you do now, how you choose to live this moment, matters far more than the years behind you. There is still love to give, wisdom to share, and beauty to experience. Aging does not mean you stop growing. It means you grow in new ways. So ask yourself, what will you do with the time you have left? Will you let fear hold you back, or will you step forward with courage and acceptance? Will you dwell on what you've lost, or will you celebrate what remains? The choice is yours. Aging is not about counting the days, it's about making the days count. If this message resonates with you, like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to our channel for more insights on living a life of peace, purpose, and wisdom. Aging is not about resisting time, but about embracing it with grace and wisdom. When we try to fight against the natural flow of life, whether by clinging to youth, longing for the past, or fearing what's ahead, we create unnecessary suffering. But when we surrender to the truth that everything changes, we free ourselves from this struggle. Letting go does not mean giving up, rather it means accepting change with an open heart. Throughout this journey, we've explored the profound realities of aging, the impermanence of life, the fading of relationships, the transformation of the body, and the deep truth that love never dies. These truths are not meant to discourage us, but to liberate us from the fear of change. The wrinkles on your skin, the slowing of your steps, the shifting of friendships, these are not signs of loss, they are signs of a life well lived. Every mark, every change, every transition carries a story, a lesson, and an opportunity for growth. Think of a tree as the seasons change. In spring it blossoms, in summer it thrives, in fall it lets go of its leaves, and in winter it stands in quiet wisdom, preparing for what comes next. Aging is like this cycle. It is not an end, but a transition into another beautiful stage. Too often, society teaches us to fear this process, to chase after youth, to resist the inevitable. But what if we shifted our mindset? What if we saw aging as a time of refinement, a period where we deepen our wisdom, strengthen our inner peace, and leave behind only what no longer serves us? Instead of mourning what's behind us, we should celebrate what's ahead. You still have love to give, wisdom to share, and experiences to create. Your value does not decrease with age, it deepens. You are not fading away, you are evolving into a version of yourself that holds greater clarity, understanding, and peace. The past has shaped you, but it does not define you. What you do now, how you choose to approach each moment, is what truly matters. So, let go of resistance. Embrace change with open arms. Let go of regret. Embrace the lessons that life has given you. Let go of fear. Embrace the beauty of what is still to come. Aging is not a loss, it is a privilege. If this message speaks to you, like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiration on living with wisdom, purpose, and peace. Aging is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with messages telling us to resist aging, to chase youth, to fear wrinkles, and to believe that our value diminishes over time. But the truth is, your worth is not tied to your age. It is tied to the wisdom, kindness, and experiences you bring to the world. Instead of mourning what's behind you, focus on the present. Cherish your relationships, prioritize self-care, and cultivate gratitude for the journey that has shaped you. The friendships that remain, the lessons you have learned, and the love you have given and received, these are the things that truly matter. Your story is still being written, and every chapter holds value. Aging gracefully means accepting change rather than resisting it. Let go of regret, appreciate the beauty of the present, and walk into the future with peace. You are not fading away, you are evolving. If this message resonates with you, follow and subscribe to the ChosenOne YouTube channel for more inspiration on living with purpose, faith, and wisdom. Let's embrace every season of life with gratitude and grace.